The galaxy of Orion was silent in the cold black of space. Stars glimmered like scattered diamonds across the endless darkness. Vora, the leader of the alien exploration team, sat in the command chair of the ship Xiferion. His large eyes scanned the holographic maps, showing the paths of distant star systems. The team had been searching for signs of intelligent life for years. They had found many planets, but most were empty or hostile. Suddenly, an alert rang across the ship. A tiny blip appeared on the sensors, barely moving. "Commander," said Rila, the ship's navigator, her voice trembling slightly. "There is something on the edge of the Dareth system. It is a life signal. Very weak." Vora's gaze narrowed. Life signals at the edge of the system were rare. Many ships were lost there. "Bring it closer," he ordered. The ship moved carefully, avoiding the debris fields that floated like graveyards in the dark. As they approached, the team saw a small human ship. Its hull was torn and smoking. Flames flickered through broken panels. Inside, a lone figure floated among the wreckage. Vora could not understand the human language, but the figure's movements told the story of struggle and pain. "Prepare the rescue pods," Vora commanded. The aliens moved quickly, their long fingers working with precision. They had never rescued a human before. Humans were fragile compared to their own species, but something about this one called to them. The pods descended through the debris, weaving between twisted metal. Vora watched with a mixture of fear and hope. The human's name, Tom, was written on a small panel near the cockpit. His eyes were open but weak. He reached out, trembling, as the pod gently picked him up and brought him aboard Xiferion. Medics rushed to his side. His breathing was shallow, and his skin had the pale tone of someone who had been drifting in space too long. Rila looked at Vora nervously. "He might not survive long," she said. Vora placed a hand on her shoulder. "We will save him," he said firmly. "That is what we do. No matter the cost." The medics worked tirelessly. They used healing gels and energy pulses to repair the damage to his body. Tom's eyes fluttered open. He looked around, confused and scared. The sight of the aliens frightened him at first. Their tall forms, glowing eyes, and unusual shapes were unlike anything he had ever seen. "Do not be afraid," Vora said softly. "You are safe now." Tom blinked and whispered, Who are you?" "We are explorers," Vora replied. "We found you. You are alive because we chose to help." Tom tried to speak more, but the effort made him cough. The medics placed him on a soft bed and monitored his vitals. Slowly, color returned to his face. His body began to heal in ways humans could not understand. As the hours passed, Tom observed the aliens. He noticed their careful movements, the way they communicated without words, and the gentle attention they gave to him. He began to feel something he had not felt in a long time, hope. Vora and his team gathered in the observation deck. The stars moved past the large glass windows as the ship glided through space. "He is a human," Vora said. "And humans are remarkable. Small, fragile, yet full of courage. We must understand him. We must learn from him." Rila tilted her head. "Do you think he will survive?" she asked. Vora's eyes glimmered. "He will. Humans have a way of surviving that no technology can replace. They fight even when all seems lost. This one, Tom, has that strength. It is rare in the galaxy." Tom rested quietly. He was weak but alive. His mind wandered to the wreckage of his ship and the long lonely hours drifting in space. He had almost given up. Yet, here were beings from another world, risking their own safety to save him. The thought amazed him. Humans often believed they were alone in the universe, but this moment proved otherwise. As night passed on the ship, Vora watched the stars and thought about the human in their care. He did not fully understand why, but saving this one human felt important. Perhaps it was the start of something greater. Perhaps humans had a role in the galaxy that even the most advanced species could not yet see. For the first time in weeks, Tom smiled faintly. The warmth of kindness, the promise of safety, and the gentle care of the aliens gave him hope. He did not yet know what lay ahead, but for now, he was alive. And in the vast emptiness of space, sometimes that was the most extraordinary thing of all. The Zephyrian continued its journey through the stars, carrying with it one human who had been saved. The aliens knew this act was only the beginning. The Zephyrian glided silently through the endless sea of stars. Tom had recovered enough to sit upright, though his body still ached from the long hours drifting in space. The medics monitored him constantly, but now he was eager to learn about the aliens who had saved him. Vora approached Tom with a small device in his hand. "This is how we communicate with images and symbols," he explained. "It helps us understand each other." Tom nodded, watching the holograms float in the air. He was amazed. The technology was far beyond anything he had seen, but he quickly realized that the aliens were not just intelligent, they were curious. "Can I try?" Tom asked. His voice was soft but steady. Vora smiled. "Yes. Show us your ways." Tom began teaching the aliens simple human gestures. He smiled and waved, showing that these small actions could express trust and friendship. The aliens struggled at first, their long fingers awkward with the motions, but they persisted. Slowly, they began to copy his movements. Rilla laughed softly when she saw Vora attempt a human wave. "It looks strange," she said. "It is strange," Vora admitted, "but it is learning. That is what matters." The aliens were fascinated by more than gestures. Tom shared stories about humans, how they built cities, created art, and cared for one another. He spoke about loyalty, bravery, and the power of hope. The aliens listened in awe. They had encountered intelligent species before, but none of them seemed to have the same combination of determination and compassion. "You humans fight for each other," Vora said one evening. "Even when you are weak, you protect your kind. That is unusual in the galaxy." Tom nodded. "Yes. We survive by helping one another. Alone, we may fail, but together we are strong." The aliens wanted to understand human food. Tom showed them simple items like bread and fruit, explaining how humans need sustenance to live. The aliens tasted cautiously, their reactions varied. Some liked the flavors, others were confused by the textures, but all were curious. Sharing food became a small ritual, a way to build trust. At the same time, Tom learned from the aliens. They showed him how their ships could repair themselves, how energy fields could shield against extreme heat or cold, and how they communicated without sound. Tom was amazed by their abilities, but he realized that even with all this technology, humans had a different kind of power, the ability to imagine, to hope, and to act even in impossible situations. One day, as Tom and the aliens were observing a distant nebula, a sudden alert appeared on the ship's main screen. A weak but urgent signal was coming from a planet far away. It was a human distress call. Tom's heart raced. "That is Earth," he whispered. "Something is wrong. Humans are in danger." Vora studied the signal carefully. "The danger is from a large force. Many ships are involved. This is not a small problem." Tom's eyes filled with determination. "We must help. If humans are in trouble, we cannot wait." The aliens exchanged glances. Saving one human had already been risky. Saving many would be far more dangerous. Yet, the look in Tom's eyes reminded them of his courage, of the human spirit that persisted even when the odds seemed impossible. "We will consider it," Vora said carefully. "But we must plan. To act without thought could be fatal." Tom understood. Humans often faced danger with courage, but they also planned, calculated, and adapted. He began sharing ideas for how humans could survive, using clever tactics and teamwork. The aliens listened closely, realizing that the combination of human creativity and their own technology could be powerful. Days passed as Tom taught, and the aliens learned. They practiced small simulations, combining alien shields with human strategies. They experimented with coordination and problem solving. Each day, the bond between human and alien grew stronger. Vora began to see something remarkable. Saving one human was only the beginning, he thought. There is potential here, more than I ever imagined. Humans have a strength that cannot be measured in weapons or technology. Tom smiled when he noticed their progress. The aliens had adapted quickly, learning from his examples. We can do more than survive, he said quietly. We can protect each other. One night, as the Zephyrian passed near a bright star, Vora and Tom stood side by side on the observation deck. The star's light reflected on their faces, human and alien alike. Do you think humans are ready for the universe? Vora asked. Tom considered this. We are ready when someone believes in us. And now, I believe we are not alone. We have friends who can help us fight, to survive, and to explore. Together, we can face anything. Vora nodded. Then it is time. We have learned much from you, Tom. Now we must decide what to do next. There are others like you who need help. Tom's eyes shone with hope. He had been saved once, and now he knew that humans could be saved again. More than that, he realized that humans and aliens could work together. They could become something greater than either alone. The Zephyrian moved forward through the stars. The journey ahead would be dangerous, but for the first time, hope burned bright. The aliens had learned the human way, and humans had a chance to survive beyond what they ever imagined. The story of one human and his alien friends was only beginning, and the universe was about to witness what could happen when courage and kindness joined forces. The Zephyrian drifted through the quiet darkness of space. Tom spent most of his time learning about alien technology and sharing human ideas. He had grown stronger, and the aliens had grown curious about his courage. The bond between them had deepened, but the calm did not last long. One day, as the ship passed near a glowing star cluster, the alert system blared. Red lights flashed, and the ship shook slightly. Vora rushed to the command deck. Report, he shouted. Rila's fingers moved quickly across the controls. Commander, we are receiving a distress signal. It is weak, fragmented, but it is definitely human. Tom's heart raced. He leaned closer to the screen. That is Earth, he said, his voice filled with concern. Humans are in danger. I can feel it. Vora studied the signal carefully. The data was chaotic, filled with interference, but it carried a clear message: humans were under attack by a powerful force from another galaxy. Entire cities were in chaos, and many people were trapped. The aliens had never faced a threat like this. Rila looked worried. Commander, it will be dangerous. If we try to help, we could lose the ship and everyone on board. Vora turned to Tom. Do you want us to help? Tom nodded without hesitation. Yes. Humans would do the same for another species. We cannot ignore this. Every life matters. Vora felt a strange sense of respect. Humans were small and fragile, yet they carried an unyielding spirit. Saving one human had already shown him something important. Now, he understood that humans could inspire action even in the face of great danger. Prepare the ship for travel, Vora ordered. We will go to Earth and help them. We will save as many as we can. The crew moved quickly. The alien medics ensured that Tom was ready for the journey. Engineers adjusted the engines and shields for faster travel. The Zephyrian glowed as it accelerated toward the coordinates. During the long journey, Tom and the aliens trained together. Tom taught the crew how humans used simple tools and clever tactics to solve complex problems. He explained how humans could use traps, strategies, and teamwork to overcome stronger opponents. The aliens learned quickly, combining their advanced technology with human ingenuity. Vora watched with admiration. Humans are not just survivors, he said to Rila. They are thinkers and planners. They fight not only with strength but with mind and heart. Tom also learned from the aliens. They showed him how to control shields, navigate faster than light, and repair ships in space. The knowledge amazed him. He realized that humans and aliens could become stronger together than either could alone. As they neared Earth, the distress signal grew stronger, but so did the danger. Scouts from the hostile force appeared on sensors. Their ships were large and heavily armed. Vora knew this was the first test. They could not run from it. Prepare defenses, Vora ordered. We must reach Earth safely, and we must protect this human. But we must also be ready to fight. Tom's eyes were steady. I will help however I can. Humans survive by working together. Let us do that now. The alien crew worked seamlessly, adjusting energy shields and positioning the ship for maximum protection. Tom suggested small maneuvers, like using asteroid fields for cover and confusing the enemy with unpredictable patterns. The aliens followed his advice. As the enemy ships closed in, the first shots rang out. Energy beams lit the dark space, colliding with shields. The Scifi shook, but it held. Tom stayed calm, guiding the aliens with human instincts that had kept him alive in impossible situations before. The battle was intense, but the aliens and Tom worked as one. They dodged, countered, and protected each other. Vora felt a sense of pride he had never known. This human had taught them courage in its purest form. Even in the midst of danger, he had a plan and would not give up. Hours passed, and the enemy began to retreat. They had underestimated the combination of human creativity and alien technology. Vora allowed a small sigh of relief. We have reached Earth, he said. The danger is not gone, but we are ready to help. Tom looked at the planet below. Cities glowed with fire and smoke. People were running, hiding, and fighting for their lives. He felt a surge of determination. We have to save them all, he said. We cannot leave anyone behind. Vora nodded. Then we will. One human was saved. Now we save many. The universe will see the strength of humans, and the courage of those who help them. The Scifi descended toward Earth, prepared for the first rescue mission. Tom stood beside Vora, feeling hope and fear at the same time. He knew that the journey would be dangerous, but he also knew that humans were never truly alone when others believed in them. The adventure had only begun, but one thing was clear: the humans and aliens together could face anything, and their courage would echo across the stars. The Scifi hovered above Earth's atmosphere, its silver hull reflecting the fire and smoke below. Cities were in chaos. Buildings were damaged, streets blocked, and the human population was scattered. Tom stood on the observation deck, his eyes scanning the planet. He could see fear, but he also saw people helping each other, carrying the injured, and guiding children to safety. Vora placed a hand on Tom's shoulder. This is more serious than we imagined, he said. The humans are brave, but they are vulnerable. We must act carefully. Tom nodded. We cannot wait. Every minute counts. We need to start rescuing them. Rila activated the ship's landing mechanisms. The Scifi descended slowly, using energy shields to protect itself from falling debris. Tom felt a mixture of excitement and fear. He had survived once, but this time, they were helping many people at once. The first rescue site was a small city park. Buildings around it were damaged, and smoke filled the air. Tom and a group of aliens moved out in small transport pods. The aliens were cautious, but Tom led the way, pointing out where people were trapped or hiding. "Over there," Tom said, spotting a group of children near a collapsed building. "They need help first." Vora and Rila coordinated the extraction. Shields blocked falling debris while alien arms lifted the children to safety. Tom guided them, comforting the frightened kids with soft words and gestures. The children slowly began to trust him, their fear replaced by hope. "This is incredible," Rila whispered to Vora. "They are surviving even when everything is falling apart. Humans do not give up easily." Tom overheard and smiled. "We survive by helping each other. One person's courage inspires others." As they moved to the next location, a larger building began to collapse. Humans were trapped inside, calling for help. The aliens hesitated, knowing the risk. Tom ran forward, pointing to the entrances that were still stable. Quickly, he shouted. "We can get them out if we act together." The aliens followed his lead. They used energy shields to hold back falling debris while lifting the humans out one by one. Tom stayed close to the people, offering encouragement. "Keep moving. You are safe now." Hours passed as they rescued dozens of humans. Each rescue was a challenge, but the humans' determination inspired both Tom and the aliens. People cheered when they were lifted to safety, and the hope spread through the city like wildfire. During a pause, Tom looked at Vora. "The humans are not only surviving, they are helping each other. Look at them." Vora watched carefully. Children guided the injured, neighbors carried supplies, and even small groups organized themselves to move to safer areas. "I see it," he said quietly. "Humans have a strength that goes beyond technology or weapons. They have courage, hope, and unity. That is why they can survive anything." The next rescue was the most dangerous. A hospital was surrounded by debris, and fires threatened to spread quickly. Tom and the alien crew approached carefully. Tom pointed to a weak wall that could be moved. "If we break through here, we can reach the patients without collapsing the building further." Vora nodded. "Do it." Together, humans and aliens worked. Shields blocked fire, alien arms cleared rubble, and Tom guided the movement. The patients were lifted out, frightened but alive. Nurses and doctors helped wherever they could, inspired by the teamwork of humans and aliens. By the end of the day, dozens of humans had been saved. Tom looked at the exhausted alien crew. "We did it," he said softly. "We gave them hope." Vora smiled, his eyes reflecting admiration. "You humans are remarkable. You inspire us to act bravely, to take risks for others. One human was saved before, but now we are saving many. Together, we are stronger." Tom felt a sense of pride, but he also knew the danger was not over. More cities needed help, and the enemy could return at any moment. Yet, for the first time, he believed that humans could survive anything when others fought with them. As night fell, the Zephyrian hovered above the city, lights glowing and shields ready. Tom and the aliens rested briefly, planning their next move. People in the city below began to organize themselves, inspired by the rescue. They were still in danger, but now they had hope. Tom looked out at the stars. "We are not done," he said. "There are more humans out there who need help. We will reach them. We will save them all if we can." Vora nodded. "Then we continue. The journey is not easy, but together, humans and aliens can face any challenge. We have learned much, and now we act. The universe will know the courage of your kind." The first night of rescue was over, but the mission had just begun. Hope was alive on Earth, and the bond between humans and aliens had grown stronger. Tom knew that the next challenges would be harder, but he also knew that courage, teamwork, and hope could overcome even the greatest dangers. The Zephyrian prepared to move to the next city, ready to save more lives. The story of humans and aliens working together was spreading, and the universe was beginning to understand what could happen when kindness, courage, and determination joined forces. The Scifi hovered above the next city, its lights casting a glow on the damaged streets below. Tom stood at the observation deck, scanning the horizon. For a moment, he felt hope. Humans were surviving, helping each other, and the aliens were learning from them. But that hope was about to be tested. Rila's voice broke the silence. "Commander, sensors detect multiple enemy ships approaching fast. They are larger and more powerful than before." Vora's eyes narrowed. "They have come back. Prepare defenses. We cannot allow them to harm the humans." Tom clenched his fists. "We will fight. Humans never give up. We will protect them." The enemy ships appeared as dark silhouettes against the city's glow. They moved with precision, their weapons glowing ominously. The humans below had no idea of the danger approaching. Tom's heart pounded. He knew they had to act quickly. Vora activated the ship's shields and weapons. The alien crew worked efficiently, but Tom suggested tactics that the aliens had never tried before. "Use the terrain," he said. "Fly low between the buildings to avoid being hit. Make the enemy chase us. They will not expect it." Rila followed Tom's advice. The Scifi weaved through the city carefully, dodging energy blasts. The humans below ran to safer areas, guided by the alien signals. The battle began in earnest. Energy beams shot through the sky, colliding with shields and buildings. Explosions lit up the night, and debris rained down. Tom moved alongside Vora, giving instructions and encouraging the crew. "Focus on their weak points," Tom shouted. "Their engines and weapons are vulnerable. Hit them there, and they will retreat." The aliens adjusted their attacks. Beams struck enemy engines, causing several ships to slow and lose control. Tom's strategies worked better than anyone had expected. The enemy had power, but they lacked human creativity and teamwork. Below, humans began to organize. They carried supplies, helped the injured, and guided children away from danger. Tom saw their courage and felt a surge of pride. These people were not just survivors, they were fighters, and their spirit gave the aliens strength. One enemy ship aimed directly at a hospital. Tom's heart raced. "We cannot let it hit there." "Rila, block it with shields." "Vora, target its engines." The crew moved quickly. Energy shields formed a protective barrier, absorbing the blast. Alien weapons disabled the ship's engines, forcing it to crash harmlessly outside the city. Tom exhaled with relief. "That is how we fight together," he said. The enemy, frustrated by their losses, began to change tactics. They split into smaller groups, trying to attack multiple areas at once. Tom realized they needed a new plan. He ran to the command console. "We must divide their attention. Make them think we are weak in one area, then strike hard from another." Vora nodded. "Do it. Human strategy may guide us." Following Tom's instructions, the Scifi moved in unexpected patterns, drawing enemy ships away from the humans. Meanwhile, alien drones, guided by Tom's directions, struck the enemy from the sides. Several ships were disabled before they could reach the city. The humans on the ground watched in awe as the alien ship defended them. They saw the courage of one human, Tom, leading a crew from another world. It gave them hope and inspired them to help each other more than ever. Hours passed, and the enemy began to retreat. Their ships were damaged, and their tactics had failed. Tom felt a mix of relief and exhaustion. "We did it," he said softly. "The humans are safe for now." Vora approached Tom. "Your kind is remarkable. You think fast, act bravely, and never give up. You inspire us all. One human can make a difference, but many can change the outcome of an entire battle." Tom smiled, tired but proud. "It is not just me. The humans below, you, The aliens, we all fight together. Courage spreads when people work together. The Zifarian hovered over the city, scanning for any remaining danger. The humans below began to rebuild, carrying the injured and clearing debris. They were exhausted but determined. Tom knew the enemy might return, but he also knew that hope had been planted in every person they had saved. Rilla looked at Tom. "Commander, what now?" Tom stared at the horizon, where the last enemy ships disappeared. "Now, we continue. More humans need our help. More cities are in danger. But we have shown them that they are not alone. That is what matters most." Vora placed a hand on Tom's shoulder. "Lead us, human. We will follow. Together, we will protect them all." As night fell over the city, lights from the Zifarian reflected hope across the streets. Humans and aliens had fought side by side, and the bond between them grew stronger. The battle was over, but the mission was far from complete. Tom looked at the stars and thought of the humans still in danger. He knew the next challenges would be harder, but he also knew that courage, unity, and hope could overcome any threat. The universe had witnessed the strength of humans, and their story was only beginning. The Zifarian floated silently above the Earth's surface, its lights cutting through the darkness. Tom stood on the observation deck, staring at the cities below. Many humans had been saved, but countless others were still in danger. He knew that rescuing isolated groups was not enough. They needed a larger plan, one that could save everyone. Vora approached, his expression serious. "Commander, we have gathered information from the rescued humans. Enemy activity is increasing, and the threat is spreading. A larger operation is necessary. We cannot wait any longer." Tom nodded. "We have seen how humans survive through courage and teamwork. Now, we must use strategy and planning to reach all of them." Rilla pointed at the holographic map of Earth. "We have identified key areas where humans are concentrated and enemy forces are strongest. If we can secure these areas first, we can create safe zones for people to gather." Tom studied the map carefully. "We need to split our forces. Some of us will protect the safe zones, while others will go into dangerous areas to rescue those who cannot reach safety on their own. Timing is critical. If we act too slowly, the enemy will strike again." Vora added, "Humans will help. Their courage, determination, and knowledge of the terrain will guide us. But we must lead and support them. Together, we can save many." The plan was set. Transport pods carried small teams of humans and aliens to different cities. Tom led one team personally. He felt a mix of excitement and responsibility. This mission was bigger than anything they had attempted before. Their first target was a city where the enemy had blocked all exits. People were trapped, and panic was spreading. Tom instructed the humans to organize groups. "We need to stay calm and work together," he said. "Follow our signals, and we will get you out safely." Vora and Rilla used the Zifarian's shields to block enemy attacks while Tom and the human guides led small groups through hidden paths. Smoke filled the streets, and rubble blocked many areas, but the humans refused to give up. Their determination inspired the aliens. "Over here!" Tom shouted, pointing to a narrow alley. "This way is safer. Keep moving quickly but carefully." Children, elderly, and injured humans were carried with care, while others cleared obstacles and warned people ahead. Every rescue felt like a small victory, but Tom knew the larger mission depended on keeping this momentum. Meanwhile, Vora directed the alien crew. "Keep monitoring the enemy ships. We cannot allow them to flank our teams. Protect the humans above all else." The aliens moved with precision, their shields deflecting energy blasts and clearing dangerous debris. Rilla coordinated drone units, guiding them to search for hidden survivors. Every rescued human added hope, and every success strengthened the bond between humans and aliens. Hours passed, and the city slowly emptied of trapped people. Tom watched as humans worked together to carry the injured and guide the rest to safety zones. He felt a deep pride. "This is what courage and unity can achieve," he said. "The humans are remarkable." After the city was secure, Tom and Vora discussed the next step. "We have saved many, but the enemy is spreading to other regions. We need a coordinated effort on a larger scale," Vora said. Tom nodded. "We will divide the mission into waves. First, secure the areas with the largest human populations. Then, move to remote regions. We will give hope to everyone, and we will not stop until every human is safe." Rila added, "Communication is key. We will broadcast instructions to humans everywhere. They must know how to reach safe zones and work together. Fear can be turned into courage when people understand what to do." The team rested briefly aboard the Zifarian, but sleep was short. Every member knew the importance of the mission. Tom looked at the stars, thinking about the humans still trapped, still afraid. "We will reach them," he said quietly. "No one will be left behind." The next morning, the plan was in motion. Transport pods carried teams to multiple cities at once. Humans and aliens moved together, using intelligence, courage, and teamwork. Each success inspired another, and the enemy began to realize that they could not stop a united force. Tom led a team to a city surrounded by water, where humans had taken refuge on higher ground. Enemy ships patrolled the skies, but the humans refused to surrender. Tom coordinated with Vora and Rila, using shields to block attacks and drones to scout safe paths. Slowly, the humans were guided to waiting pods, lifted to safety zones, and given supplies. By the end of the day, thousands of humans had been rescued. Tom felt a deep satisfaction, but he knew the mission was far from over. "We are making progress," he said. "Every human we save strengthens the hope for all. Courage spreads, and together, we can achieve the impossible." Vora placed a hand on Tom's shoulder. "Your kind has shown us what it means to fight for others, to protect life with courage and determination. You inspire more than humans, you inspire the universe." As night fell, the Zifarian prepared for the next wave of rescues. Hope was growing among humans everywhere, and the bond between humans and aliens had never been stronger. Tom looked at the horizon, ready to lead the next mission. He knew the final challenge was coming, but he also knew that together, they could face anything. The universe was beginning to understand the strength of humans, and the story of courage, unity, and hope was far from over. The Zifarian floated above the last region where humans were trapped. Tom stood at the observation deck, staring at the forests and mountains below. This was the final stage of their mission. Months of planning, fighting, and rescuing had brought them here. The humans in this area had faced isolation and fear, but they had survived. Now, it was time to bring them to safety. Vora joined Tom, his expression determined. "Commander, enemy forces are stronger here. They are aware of our efforts and will resist more fiercely." Tom nodded. "We have faced stronger enemies before. Humans have shown courage and unity. We will succeed, and we will save them all." Rila pointed to the holographic map. "The humans are scattered across valleys and caves. They have limited supplies. We must act quickly." Tom gave orders calmly but firmly. "Divide the team. One group will secure high ground. Another will guide humans to the pods. Drones will scout for enemy movements. Every human must reach safety." Transport pods descended into the valleys. Tom led the first team personally, moving carefully through dense forests. The humans they found were frightened but relieved to see friendly faces. "Follow us," Tom said. "We will take you to safety." The enemy was waiting. Ships hovered above the mountains, scanning for movement. Energy blasts lit the sky as the aliens and humans moved forward. Tom guided humans through narrow paths and hidden trails. Every step required focus, every decision mattered. Vora directed the Zephyrians' shields to block enemy attacks. "Commander, we must protect the pods at all costs," he said. Tom replied, "We will. Humans can fight when necessary, but we will lead them to safety first. Courage and planning together make us unstoppable." One group of humans was trapped on a cliff, surrounded by enemy drones. Tom quickly instructed drones to create a distraction while humans climbed to safer ground. He and Vora used shields to deflect enemy attacks, guiding the humans upward. Step by step, the group reached safety, their faces filled with hope. The enemy tried to regroup and attack the main valley, but the humans and aliens had learned from previous battles. Tom coordinated with Rila and Vora to outsmart them. "Divide their attention. Lead half away, then strike together," he ordered. The plan worked. Enemy ships chased decoys while the main force secured the humans. Energy blasts missed their targets, and alien drones disabled several ships. The humans watched, amazed, as one human, Tom, led the aliens in a flawless strategy. Their courage grew, knowing they were part of a united team. Hours passed, and all humans were guided to the transport pods. Children, elderly, and injured humans were carried safely. Tom checked each group personally, making sure everyone was accounted for. He felt pride but also relief. The long mission was almost complete. Vora smiled. "Commander, your kind shows the universe what it means to fight for others, to lead with courage and inspire hope. Today, every human is safe because of your vision and bravery." Tom shook his head. "It is not just me. Humans have fought with courage. Aliens have supported us. Together, we have done what seemed impossible. Every life saved is a victory for all." As the last pods lifted off the valley, the enemy realized their efforts had failed. Their ships retreated, unable to overcome the combined strategy of humans and aliens. The sky cleared, and silence returned to the mountains. The humans looked down from the pods at the landscape below, knowing they had survived a threat stronger than themselves. Tom watched them, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "This is what happens when courage meets unity," he said. "When humans work together, nothing can stop them." Back on the Zephyrian, the crew celebrated quietly. They had seen months of danger, planning, and fights, but in the end, the bond between humans and aliens had saved countless lives. The mission had proven that courage, intelligence, and cooperation could overcome any obstacle. Rila turned to Tom. "Commander, what now? The humans are safe, but what about the future?" Tom looked at the stars. "The universe is full of challenges, but humans have shown they can face anything. We will continue to explore, to protect, and to inspire. This victory is proof that hope, unity, and courage are stronger than fear." Vora placed a hand on Tom's shoulder. "We will follow you wherever the mission leads. Humans have earned the trust and respect of our species. Together, we will ensure that life thrives, no matter the danger." The Zephyrian lifted off, heading toward new regions where humans and other species could build a better future. Below, the rescued humans began to organize, rebuild, and care for one another. Their courage had been tested, but they had survived. Their spirit would inspire future generations, and their story would travel across the stars. Tom smiled as he looked at the horizon. The universe had witnessed the strength of humans. One human had been saved, and now all had a chance at life. This was not the end, it was the beginning of a new chapter, where courage, hope, and unity would guide every step forward. In the night sky, the stars shone brightly, reflecting the resilience of humanity. Tom knew that no matter the challenges ahead, humans would continue to rise, protect each other, and inspire allies across the universe. The mission was complete, and victory was theirs. The humans had survived, and the universe had seen the power of their courage. Hope, unity, and bravery had triumphed, and the story of humans and aliens fighting together would be remembered for generations to come.